All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SOE Community Webcast, and this week our topic is SOE Live. You might have already noticed, the more observant among you, that we have a couple of bottles of champagne on the table. We'll give you more information about that in just a couple of minutes. First of all, my name's Linda Carlson. A couple of times a year I put on a beard and put on all my regalia and I become Brass the Dwarf instead. Joining me today is Jen Belfield. She's the Director of Marketing Services. And Lauren Zeiger, and watch me get this title perfectly right, because it's a long one.
It's a mouthful.
Senior Strategic Partnerships and Events Manager. Believe me, she earns every word of that. So we really want to talk about a little bit about SOE Live, but first tell us, what is it that you guys do with SOE Live specifically? Start.
All right, so I am the Director of Marketing Services, as you said, and my team in general handles SOE Live from top to bottom in terms of asset creation, planning the event, logistics, all the fancy videos that you get to see, setting up the audio-visual at the presentations, all kinds of stuff like that, top to bottom.
Yep. So at 3 o'clock in the morning when you can't find Jen Belfield, it's not because she's out partying with me, it's because she's resolving some of these logistical nightmares that crop up at SOE Live.
Or she's with me.
Or I'm
Lauren, same thing. So what do you do there, Lauren?
We work together.
In addition to everything Jen said, we also manage all of the sponsors and the vendors and entertainment and making sure that everybody's having the best time possible.
Ensuring that I'm ready to go on time, ensuring that everything works right. So we're at Bally's again for, what is this, the third year? Fourth year?
Third year.
Third year. So I think we've ironed out all of the kinks there.
Yes.
Bally's in Las Vegas. And the dates for SOE Live are?
October 18th through the 21st, and we will point out that this year there are actually events happening on the 21st.
Yeah, so don't book your flight out first thing in the morning.
Right.
That means that you can just have more beer the night before.
Exactly.
So just to refresh your memories about what SOE Live is all about, we'd like to roll a short video that our AV guys put together from last year's event. Go for it. And there you have it.
What did you think of my dance moves?
Yes. Yeah, that was pretty classy. Recapping her dance moves at this year's pool party will be Lauren Zeiger. All right, so we wanted to talk just a little bit again about the fact that we have had a name change. In that video, of course, you can see that we used to be SOE Fanfare. Why the change to SOE Live?
Well, we basically wanted to just expand it to include all of our players and across our portfolio instead of just focusing on a few games like we have in the past. So we want to welcome up the event to everybody, including PlanetSide 2 players, DCUO players, and this year Free Roams and Clone Wars as well. And any SOE gamer of any age is invited to attend. We've got something planned for everybody.
And now, as promised, we'll explain the champagne. Jen has been working really long hours, working with legal and web and everybody under the sun, including the people who have put together our new site for registration. And just minutes before this webcast, it went live and it functions.
Yes.
So the good news is that we're going to be able to have Jen take us through a quick walkthrough of what the registration's like this year. And of course, they brought their flimsy little elven glasses. I brought some proper drinking equipment. Cheers. Here's to registration, breaking all previous records.
Yes.
All right, let's do the demo for registration.
SOE Live, and from there you'll be able to click and register. But before we go there, please just take a moment to review all of the different features we have on the new website. Thank you to our web team for putting this together. I think it looks great.
They rock.
But we'll be updating this regularly with news items, the game lineup. There's going to be panels added regularly, so please check back often. This is a loose schedule right now, and as usual with most events, we do have the potential to change things here and there, so please check back often.
Very often.
Yes. We've also got a pricing grid, which shows you your different options for what you get with each pass. We're also offering some upgrades this year, so if you're interested in things like laser tag or brunch with the dev team, we're offering those for an upgrade fee. And then new this year, if you want to bring your kids 12 and under, they will get in for free.
Must be accompanied by adult.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Kids need to be accompanied by an adult at all times. The other new item that we have is the evening pass.
Right. This is for all of those people who bring their spouses and their spouses just aren't interested in the grognard panels discussing
right.
every last detail.
Exactly.
Right.
So with the evening pass, you'll skip all the daytime activities and just join us at nighttime for the welcome reception, the pool party, and the grand banquet.
Sounds great. I'm signing up for that.
Yes. Yeah, you're dismissed the rest of the time. Okay, so once you've had a chance to browse through the site, you can click on Register Now. This will take you to our CVent site, which is where all of the registration transactions will be handled. From here, you can see another quick summary of the event. You can always link back to our website if you needed more details or had any questions, so the SOE Live official site link is there.
Cool.
And we've got information on where the event is. Our contact information is here. You can just click on the Contact Us button and an email will pop up. And once you're ready to, also, I don't want to forget this, you can share the event on Facebook or tweet about it, or you can share it on LinkedIn or Google+.
That is awesome.
Yes, so we welcome you to share and share alike.
Here, all you Facebook friends of mine, I am so going to spam you to get you to come to SOE Live this year.
Yes, yes, yes. And if you're interested in figuring out who's coming before you sign up, you can click on the attendees page. And it looks like a couple
two people have signed up already. Congratulations to the first two people to sign up for SOE Live.
Yes.
That's awesome. You should send them some station cash.
I want to call out who it is.
I think we should call it out.
Yeah, call it out. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have Yuki, forgive my pronunciation, from the Unrest server on EQ2. And we have Kirstig Silver Crown, also from the Unrest server on EQ2.
Go Unrest.
Congratulations. And the
That is
first
awesome.
two
That also
signups.
proves that it does work.
It does work.
Works.
Okay.
I think those two should come find us at SOE Live for a special prize.
Yes.
Awesome.
First two.
Yeah, the prize is going to vary depending on what time you catch
Right.
Lauren,
That's right.
obviously.
That is right. Okay, so you've seen who's attending. Now you can go to Register Now, and you're going to enter information here that this information, it's important. Once you enter this, this is going to be what shows up on the attendee page. So if you want people to be able to find you on the attendee page that we just looked at, enter the server you would like and enter the character name that you would like. In terms of your badge printing later, you can always change this information, but in terms of the attendee page, this is going to stick. So
Okay.
think about that before you enter it. If you don't have, if you're a guest or someone new and you don't have a character or server, you can enter your nickname or whatever first name you like and just enter X for the server. We will need a valid email address to contact you if there are any changes with the event or if we want to have a question about granting your in-game items, things like that. So please make sure you're giving us the right contact information.
This is all very carefully governed by our privacy guidelines, right?
Exactly.
So it's safe to give us your email address?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. We did extensive interviewing and research with CVent, and they were very secure with how they handle data.
Terrific.
And one feature that's new this year, which I think is going to be a bonus, is the already registered link. So if you started your registration and stopped halfway through, you can click that link and get back in and pick up where you left off, which I think is great. Or
Nice.
if you need to make a change to your registration, which is also new this year, if you want to change your badge or upgrade your pass or get a refund for any chance, but we can't imagine why you'd want to do that.
You do not want a refund.
Yeah.
Believe me. You do not want to miss this.
But you can manage all of this yourself now without having to go through customer service, and I think that's going to be much more user-friendly for everybody and save everybody a lot of time.
So this is great. So this is if you go in and you want to make sure you get your pass today at the early bird rate and you're not sure if all of your friends are going to be attending the dev brunch or whatnot, you can register today and talk to everyone later and then go back in and upgrade.
And upgrade to go to the dev brunch with them,
Yeah,
or
make
laser
sure
tag
that
if half your
everybody's-
server's going or something
Yeah.
like that. Just talking about the extra events, now the laser tag is a very cool event. Now I happen to know that a lot of members of the EQ2 dev team are very keen on the laser tag, so you might have some competition out there.
That's right. Okay, so I'm entering just some sample placeholder information here. I created a server named la 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 la. And we...
That's a great server name.
Yeah,
I think
know.
you should put that in right away.
I'm very creative. Okay, so now we get into the information collection section. So we do need your real first name and last name. This won't be published anywhere. We won't give it out, but we need it in case we have to mail you something. You know, I'm sure the postman probably wouldn't recognize you by your character name. So please provide this for us. You have the option to enter your Facebook and Twitter URLs and your station ID. This is very, 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 very important.
Okay, pay attention, pay attention. Public service announcement. Why do we need the station ID?
We need the station ID so we can grant your in-game items after the show. This is something we run into every year. So we either don't get a station ID, or we don't get the full amount of characters, or we can't read it, or something happens where we aren't able to grant an item because we can't figure out how to give it to you. So this will help us a lot and avoid any extra emails or phone calls after the event to make sure you get everything you're entitled to.
So speaking of the items that we get, the in-game items, we had a question just before the webcast started asking, do we get items for every game? Because in the FAQ it doesn't actually specify that. But in years past, we've always given out items for every game. So how does that work?
Well, generally we like to, we generally grant the item to your primary game. So if you select EverQuest 2 as your primary game, we're going to make sure you get the EverQuest 2 item. If you select other games as your secondary games, you will get items for those as well. In the past, we've granted blanket across the board for one reason or another, but generally the rule is we grant for your primary and secondary games.
So you're guaranteed those?
Yes, no matter what, you will get those. You might get an extra bonus and get some others if you play some other games. But we are guaranteeing the item for the game you select as your primary and secondary.
Okay.
Okay, so I will just enter some random information here. You'll notice the red fields, your information is required. I'll be a good sport and enter a bunch of characters in the station ID field. And then this is where we get into your badge information. So you'll see the server and character information that you can't change it. So that's for the attendee page. But the open fields are for your badge. So please make sure you enter what you would like your badge to read. But again, if you change your mind, you can always come back in later and edit this.
Are we going to is there a cutoff point at some time that will let people know that you've only got 3 days left to edit your registration, that sort of thing?
Yes,
okay.
Generally the date is going to be September 30th. So you've got quite a while. It's about 2 weeks before we start the event. At that point, we've got to start printing and mailing badges, so we have to cut it off.
Right.
But you'll have until September 30th, and that's all listed on the website in the FAQ.
That's nice.
So you will have to, everyone will have to enter the one field with the badge name. If your character name is really long, which some people have very long character names, we've created a second field here for you, and then you can of course enter your server and your primary game, which will be printed on your badge. And if you're a guest or you haven't yet created an account, that's fine. You can leave those blank.
Okay.
Then, so I'll just enter something here. Okay, then you've got to enter your mailing information. Now this is important also because if you register for the early discount, which means if you register before August 1st, you will get your badge mailed to you. But you will not get your badge mailed to you if we don't have your right address. So please enter that. Okay. I'm just going to enter some sort of address here.
Completely going against what she just said, but for some reason she doesn't want you guys having her home address. I can't imagine why.
That's really, yeah. Not today.
Hey, look, she'll let you know that she's in California. That narrows the field for all of you stalkers out there.
Ooh, and then the number field doesn't work. Okay, so then contact information. We've got your email address that you entered when you first signed in.
So phone numbers are optional.
That's right. You don't need to put your phone number in there. If you messed up and didn't type in the right email address when you signed in, you'll notice you can't change it, but you can provide an alternate.
Ah, very nice.
So let us know that if you feel like you made an error there. We need
and then you can let your friends know?
That's right. You can email your friends. So enter their first name, last name, and their email address. You can type in a short little message, and this will send an email out to whoever you list, letting them know that registration's open, and it'll provide a link to the site so they can sign up too.
Very cool. Now, privacy settings, what's that all about?
That is whether or not you want to be displayed on the attendees page. So for some reason you want to be stealth and you don't want someone to know you're coming, go ahead and click no. That's right.
Okay.
I'm clicking no. No one will know I'm there.
And then
Okay.
some basic demographic information.
Yes. Now
Sorry,
that-
because I'm going to rush you because we have so much to
No,
talk
that's
about
fine.
here, and we're already going to run over time, and they're going to glare at me over there from the
Yes,
desks.
yes. Okay, so demographic information, the red fields have to be answered. Okay, so you'll have to let us know whether or not you're bringing any kids 12 and under.
Gotcha.
And if you are, we would like their names filled into this next field because we'll need to print them a special badge so that we can let them into the kids zone and be aware that they did sign up with an adult.
Right, and we are planning to put in some special events for kids this year, which we have not announced yet, but please keep an eye out for it because there's a lot of great ideas. We just have to pick out which ones we're going to incorporate.
Yes, exactly. And then the other red field that you have to click before you continue is our legalese, terms and conditions, standard language there. It's always been in our registration flow. And just as an extra reminder, if you're an adult registering and you're bringing your kids, please make sure to let us know you're bringing your kids and give us their names so we can put them on the badge.
And again, if they're 12 and under, they're free, so there's
That's
no
right.
reason not to. We'd love to have them there this year.
So here are all your registration items. I'm going to go ahead and pick all access. You can see that it lists everything that's included in the badge. You can also click view sessions, and that's going to show you what is included with your pass. And again, this will be updated as we start adding panels.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, I think it is too. So any pass you pick, you can click view sessions, and that's going to show you what you've got. Okay, then here's where you can pick your track registration. So this is where we determine your in-game item. This is how we determine content, figure out what kinds of things you're interested in. And if you select a couple, that's fine. We'll realize you're interested in or play a couple of games. Okay, so this takes you to your optional items. So if you're an all access pass holder, you can select laser tag. This is space limited and on a first come first serve basis, so sign up soon if you want to make sure you get a slot. And then also an optional brunch with the dev team, which is a $50 upgrade to your all access pass. And again, that's probably going to sell out pretty quickly, so let us know. Right away if you'd like to come. If you're bringing kids and you want the kids pass, let us know here. Say you're bringing 2 kids. You can enter 2 as the quantity, click next, and you can add guests here. I'm not going to do that right now because we're running out of time. Click next again.
This is so much better than
Yeah.
anything we've had before.
Yeah, this is really good. So here's your summary. You can print this out. This gives you a confirmation of everything you've just completed, your agenda items, your sessions that are included, and then we've got your pricing page and everything that's included with the money you're going to pay, and then you pay. Once you click enter your credit card information, you'll click finish, and you will get a confirmation email and also a confirmation page that will pop up with a barcode, and it's going to have that confirmation number that you're going to need if you ever want to log in and change your registration, change your badge, get a refund, anything like that. And that's it in a nutshell.
That's amazing. That is so much more comprehensive. Okay, so if we can switch back so that I can grill these ladies just a little bit more. Welcome back. We're doing well on this end.
That's right.
And we're so happy that this is all working so well. So we want to talk a little bit about what's new for SOE Live. Now, is it true, the rumor that I heard, that we're going to have a keynote every night?
That is true. The rumor is confirmed.
Now, the thing we have to say right off, anything that you hear at this webcast is subject to change without notice. SOE Live, because it is a live event, because there are so many moving parts, we may have to make some changes at the last minute. Please make sure that you keep an eye on the SOE Facebook page. Keep an eye on the hashtag on Twitter. That's hash SOE Live. Well, that's pretty intuitive. And we'll, of course, update the site as often as possible with news every time something changes. So are we getting rid of some of the events? I mean, are we still having the pool party?
Oh, we're still having the pool party.
Lauren
It's
personally
it's
guarantees
in
it.
October, but we will still have the pool party.
And tournaments, what do we know about the tournaments that we've got confirmed so far? I hear that we may have some Planetside tournaments, first ever, for
Yes.
Planetside 2.
Yes, plans are underway right now for something pretty cool, Friday, October 19th. And we've got it listed on the schedule, but we will fill that in with the exciting details once we have more.
Terrific. And DCUO is going to put something together for us as well?
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's going to be
Saturday,
very cool.
October 20th.
Wow. Okay, so you guys are so committed now. There is no escape.
No backing
That
out.
makes me really happy. Obviously, we'll bring back the live quests, which are silly, goofy, and a tremendous amount of fun for everybody involved. So
Absolutely.
be prepared for that. And something, do we have the questions in the in this yet? The player questions in the registration form yet?
We do.
One of the things you'll notice is that we're asking, are you interested in attending any panels that are put on by your fellow players? This is something brand new for this year, and if there's enough interest, we will send out a call for submissions for panels such as managing your guild, or how to organize a raid effectively. Dude, sign me up for that one. That would be really great, because I spend half my time sitting around waiting for it to start. But anyway, all sorts of great ideas that you can come up with if you're an expert in costuming or something like that. Obviously, we're not going to let you submit something like stalking a dev 101, that sort of thing, but we're really keen on finding out if this is something you guys are interested in at SOE Live.
I know.
Well, I mean, if there's enough interest in it, Lauren will moderate that panel.
She might be convinced.
And then, of course, there's, in addition to everything that we do at SOE Live, there's always the after hours. You can generally find me on the Brasses pub crawl. Unfortunately, given my proclivities, I'll probably just end up at one place. It's almost always the Tree Bar. You know where that is, down in Paris. The SOE volunteer guides will be more involved than ever this year. You're going to be able to find them on every corner. They're going to be helping answer questions and direct traffic and otherwise resolve some of the logistical issues that we have, because even though we take half the company, we still don't have enough people to make this event run properly.
Yeah, and I'd like to say, I mean, we appreciate it so much, so that's really great that everybody
They are
is willing to
terrific.
do it. Yeah.
So,
It's
Lauren,
really
can you
awesome.
tell us a little bit about the sponsors that are coming this year?
Sure. We're really lucky to have so much support from so many amazing sponsors. Alienware is sponsoring the game. Some amazing new products, and we're just excited to have them all there, and there'll be more to come that we'll continuously update the website with. We also have Larry Elmore coming back. We're looking
Awesome.
for as many artists that want to join us as possible. So if you're interested in being a vendor, or if you are an artist and you want to showcase your work, or call us or email soelive@soe.sony.com.
The only problem with having stuff like Alienware there is that it really engenders a lot of tech envy in me. Then I have to go home and play on my old computer. Well. So now with space-limited events like the Dev Brunch, I mean, how many spots are open for that?
A few hundred. We don't have an exact number.
But once they're gone, they're gone.
Yes.
So they can't just call you up and say, please, please, can I please come?
We could maybe be convinced to open up some more space, but again, it's not guaranteed.
You
Right now,
probably
we've only
don't
got
want
a
to
few
know
hundred.
what's involved in
That's
getting
right.
those extra spaces. It'll involve, scrubbing pots in the back room or something like that.
Yeah.
Or mending my costume after hours.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so the last thing we want to talk about is the SOE costume contest. Tiffany Spence is going to be running it this year, so she brought me this. But first,
The room.
you just can't talk about the costume
It
contest.
wouldn't be SOE Live without this.
Keep in mind, notice the black and red. Go, Terrans! I would like to see a whole bunch of Planet Side 2 costumes out there, as well as DCUO costumes. Spandex it up, baby, especially if you're handsome young men. We like that sort of thing around here. I mean, it's not just Lauren prancing around at the pool party. So,
Jen Francis, too.
what Jen Francis too. I have it on good authority. After a couple of, shall we say, free libations, I thought, because pool party, all at the expense of SOE, you can thank Mr. Smedley.
That's right.
So here it is from Tiffany. It says, hear ye, the annual SOE Live costume contest is afoot. Join us at SOE Live 2012, decked out in your finest armor, Jedi garb, Araxian attire, hero or villain uniform, wizardly wares, or any costume that depicts a character, PC or NPC from an SOE game. Now, the costumes will be judged on craftsmanship, originality, or accuracy, creativity, and overall effect. Now, I like this part because, Tiffany's been working in community enough that she knows to put categories may include, but may not be limited to, Minions, which is for kids 12 and under, LOL, which is for humorous costumes, LFG, which is the group award, which is restricted to 2 or more entries that match the same theme, the Master Crafter for best workmanship, Hero of the People, which is the crowd favorite, Best in Show overall top score is determined by the judges, and then honorable mentions in other categories as needed on site. The reason for that is every year there's something so creative that comes out of the woodwork that we don't really have a category for it.
Right.
So we're reserving those spots so that they can designate them right there. So if you've got something wild and crazy out of left field, bring it. And October's not far away. Start working now. That, I think, was directed at me. And we would love to see your progress in pictures as you go. You can submit them via Facebook, Twitter, or on our forums. And keep an eye on the SOE Live website for more details as the event gets closer. Now, the cool thing is that people dress up in costumes sometimes just for the day, and sometimes throughout the entire SOE Live event. So we have a little video recapping the costume contest from last year and maybe a couple of years previous as well. Can we run that now?
Are you going to give a little bit of a hint of what your costume's going to look like?
That's right.
Not
After
all,
this.
we're not the only ones on the spot here.
Well, okay. So a little while ago on Facebook, because, dude, I've been doing this for a long time and I've run out of ideas, so I let people pick the costume colors. Now, me boss, Laura Navio, she likes purple. Now, even though I'm a Terran and purple is not one of my favorite colors for obvious reasons, I agreed to do purple with silver. Yes, thank you, Jen, thank you. So it's going to be purple, blue, and silver as determined by people on Facebook. Thank you for making those decisions for me. But I did make a commitment to those poor guys from the Free Rounds team that I will not be hammering at 5 a.m. in the hotel room this year. And I'll be posting pictures of the progress as we go along on that as well. I might make Jen try it on.
Okay.
And you know, I've still got 3 full months to grow me beard. Okay, now let's run that costume contest video.
I think I like that.
So I like that too. And so yes, our tagline is chainmail, spandex, fur, your costume, your way. I warmly encourage you to wear your costumes throughout the event, but that means make sure they're air conditioned. Those are the top things.
Yes.
Make sure they're not too hot. Make sure you can actually use the facilities when you're in your costume.
Words of wisdom.
Yes. So anyway, yes, the registration site is live. Congratulations all. We'll probably do another webcast as we get closer to SOE Live so that we can update you with everything that's going on. And I think we're done.
We can't wait to see you there.
Yes, we're excited.
We're really excited.
Sony.